YouTubers, introducing the 2007 GMC Acadia SLT, the car that I cry about at night when I lay in bed trying to go to sleep. Why? Because these things are complete basket cases. I could shove my foot up my ass and then back down my throat for buying this car. But it was cheap, Joe. Cheap, yes. Yeah, $1,600 at the Mannheim Auto Auction. Got a few little scratches. It's dirty. It hadn't had a bath. But this thing had a condition report of 4.3 out of 5 possible points, 5 being the best, which is a damn good score for a vehicle that is 10 years old and has 228,000 miles on it. Other than it just being a little bit dirty, and my wonderful birds up here have been hanging out on it and pooping on it. I need to give it a bath. But basically what you got is I've got an ugly door ding right there with paint, and it's dented. Check out these. I mean, these things are in bad shape. They need to be wet sanded and sprayed again. But they'll clean up. Can't do much for that cracking, I don't guess, other than just replacing them. But they'll clean up. But here, I got the key. Let's I tell you the reason why, and we've been using it. It's for sale. No, we've been using it since we got rid of the Honda Odyssey. We've been using it to haul kids and do little trips and stuff. So it's a little dirty. So pardon me for that. The car is amazingly clean, though, for 10 years old and all these miles. I mean, the door panels are pretty clean. Got Bose stereo. Got good-looking leather seats. I mean, look at these leather seats. I have never seen a leather seat with 228,000 miles on it that has not got some type of wear mark. But they don't. This thing is held up. Come on. This thing's held up very well. Oh, yes. More Bojangles. More Bojangles. Pardon the biscuits. I got to clean this thing up. Reason I hadn't really cleaned it up and done much with it is it's got to go into the shop. Oh, the third row's down. To check and see on a CV joint or a front drive shaft or whatever. I'm praying that it's not in the transmission, which, you know, most of these Acadias, especially the earlier models, but I hear even on up to 2011 and 12 models, people have had problems with them. The transmissions on these things are awful. They go bad, period. But yeah, as you can see, the third row, nice and clean. These capstan seats have just been, I mean, they're in pretty good shape too. They're just a little dirty from our kids. But I'm thinking whoever owned this vehicle had at least maybe just 1 or 2 kids, because I can see some staining and a little wear here. And maybe just a little bit on that seat over there. But the third row, don't think there was anybody that ever rode back there much. So, but yeah, these things were plagued with transmission issues. Good grief. I mean, transmission issues, big time. Something about wave plates. Wave plates. Hang on, let's crank this bad boy up. So, she starts right up. And just is the smoothest 3.6 VVT 6-cylinder you will ever find. Need to add some washer fluid. But as you can see, 227,998, so 228,000 miles. car runs good. Carfax is stupid sexy. I mean, I think it's 2 owners, no accidents, and 47 service records on there. So the thing was maintained like crazy at the dealership, might I add. But there it is. So smooth and quiet. Wobbling a little bit, hang on. Oh yeah, it's got a little dance. Yeah, but it's a pretty smooth engine. I think the transmission is operating correctly, but I do still have a problem when driving this thing. And I looked under the driver's side here and looked at the CV joint or the boot right there. I don't know if you can see that in the dark, but it's leaking. It's losing all of its oil and grease. So I don't know if it is shot and I need a new one or what. But I get this really strange kind of shutter vibration at certain speeds, and I get popping when I turn the wheel sometimes. But let's take it for a little spin. Put my seating belt on. Yeah. But yeah, this is a real solid vehicle. I think GM did a good job as far as, you know, the initial design of this thing, as far as nailing down a very capable three-row crossover for families. It's pretty sturdy. You know, amazingly, it doesn't really have any rattles or anything. You may hear a little banging around, but that's just kind of the front end crashing over these huge potholes we got on this road. But got HomeLink, OnStar, self-dimming mirror, and strangely enough, it has a Webusto aftermarket power moonroof. So that is not factory. Yeah, pretty cool. Works great though. Webusto. Got the DVD player. But yeah, just easing around here, just driving real. Shift's good. No problem shifting. I'm just getting a little bit of a tugging sensation in the wheel. And sometimes it wants to tug a little right. Sometimes it wants to tug a little left. But what this thing has, it reminds me of what you've seen people talk about, the death wobble, you know, on especially like lifted trucks or cars that just have bad drive shaft or CV problems, CV joint problems, or CV whatever the hell them things are called. But yeah, I could drive this thing just fine. It's shifting just fine. Everything's going well. And then, you know, I'll make an acceleration and this steering wheel will just start wobbling like crazy in my hand. I mean, just wobbling. And it's a little worrisome because I don't know if it's in the transmission. Boy, it got a little wheel spin there. I don't think it's in the transmission though, because transmission shifts fine. You notice it when pulling a hill. But I'm going to run out here to the interstate real quick, and I want to see what this thing does on the interstate. My boss and our bookkeeper's been driving this thing. I have hardly even driven it, and they were the ones telling me, oh, you got to, you know, take it up a hill, take it out on the freeway, you know, and you can feel this sensation. But this thing, it's got heated seats, traction control, automatic climate control, of course, and it's got the typical, GM, where the buttons wear down and wear off. It's too bad those do that. But hey, if you took all the black material off, it'd be all red, and this one would be all blue. And the same over here. And there would be no question at what you got there. Alright. Well, so far so smooth. There it turned over, 228. So if I get this, if I can, now see the steering wheel's wanting to mess with me a little bit in this sharp turn. It's wanting to kind of go left, right, left, right, left, right. It's fighting me a little bit. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, it's not gonna do it, is it? Let me close this sunroof. Yeah, I'm running about 80 here. Well, we got the ridge cut coming up right here. Let's go up the ridge cut. Let's see what it does in the ridge cut. The transmission seems to be picking the gears and doing everything just fine. Does the CV joint... I mean, I know the symptoms of when one's worn out, they make a lot of noise. But can they create a wobbling in the steering wheel for the front end? Look, it's trying to do it. It's trying to do it. Oh, just barely. Come on. Huh. Oh. Can't get it to do it. It's trying to. I feel it just starting to tug in my hand a little bit. Look at my hand. But it gets really bad, though, when it does it. I wonder if the car, well, no, whether the car is warm or not would, I mean, it's an operating temperature, but I didn't know if maybe if after you drove it for a while it got worse, and then that would make me think more there's something wrong with the transmission. I've already driven way farther than I wanted to because I don't want a half-hour video. Shoot, this thing smooth as silk, other than this sunroof is noisy. Gotta close that. Alright, I'm exiting. I give up. Anyway, I did want to do a video on this little thing, though. Like I said, GMC Acadia 07, 228,000 miles. It's going to be for sale, but I don't want to sell it until I know what's going on here. So, if it's something in the axles, drive shafts, whatever, I'll get it replaced and fixed, and then I'll sell it. If it's something transmission related, I'll just try and sell it for what I've paid for it. That's the best you can do in that type of situation. And I may not even get anywhere close, but at least I could recoup some of my money back. If this thing has transmission problems, this will be the only and last Acadia /Traverse /Enclave Saturn Outlook, which those are even rare to find. But this will be the only one I ever own. But anyway, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you next time. Peace.